Hello, everyone. Howard Deerhauser here alongside my dad, Dr. G. In today's video episode, we are going to talk about doing an inventory on your social media accounts. So what I mean by that is going through who you're following, what posts you're seeing, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and then doing an inventory of how these posts or people you're following make you feel. Recently, we've been talking a lot about energy inputs and the different things that you're consuming on a daily basis and how that affects your stress levels as well as your energy levels. So we just wanted to give you some practical tips on what you can do and what we've done within our social media accounts to give ourselves energy gains rather than energy drains. So the first thing that you want to do is just go scroll through your news feed. And every time you look at a post, close your eyes and think about the way it makes you feel. If you're feeling judgment or jealousy, or you're wishing that someone's not doing well, or you're feeling bad about yourself because someone's on a fantastic trip and you're stuck in the office at work and you're feeling lousy because of that, I recommend if you feel any of those emotions, unfollow. Just delete them from your account. And this might, for me, I had to unfollow a lot of acquaintances, peers, friends, etc., because they weren't building me up. On social media, people are putting their best foot forward. They're taking snapshots of those big highlights. You don't get the full story of what's going on in their life, and it can really drag you down. So I think it's important that you unfollow or mute those people so you're not seeing this. That way, if you choose to be on social media a lot, which neither of us are on social media a lot, you're at least seeing things that build you up. So remove the negative and then add positive accounts. There's so many accounts that are promoting positivity, spirituality, being present. Follow those accounts. So when you do go on social media, again, you're building yourself up. Is there anything you want to add to that, Dad?
Yes, and I would say also following accounts where you're learning things that you're interested in, or maybe will help you, or will help the world, or help the environment, or help fellow citizens. So teaching you something about history or about what's going on. I think those are good. Now the alarmist ones, like Howard mentioned, if you think about how you feel after you read something. If you feel fear or you feel anger, and it's easy to get into this. I'm guilty of this where, like I'll start ranting on the drug companies and how these, lousy bastards, how could they do what they're doing and all this stuff. And is that helping anyone? If I'm riling up my audience to feel bad and to feel bad about their doctor and feel bad about the drugs that their doctor put them on, I'm really not helping anyone. I'm building fear and I'm creating more problems than I'm solving. So we want to go at things with either love or at the very minimal neutrality. Okay? It's there. When something's there and you rile against it with hate or anger, that gives it more power. So we don't want to empower people who are out there hating, because when you do, either you go against them or with them, you're giving them more power. So it gives both sides. So, being a fan of somebody, feeling good because you feel superior because what you're watching is putting down someone or something, you've got to rethink, is that good for you? Is that good for the planet? Because our planet, I feel, and I think most of us feel, that we're coming to a crisis point, where some big things are going to blow up. And so we want to approach this with neutrality and with love. It's the only way we're going to make it through. If we can get more humans on board with stopping the hate.
And to that point, you taking control of your own internal state by not engaging in these low vibrational pieces of content, or these companies like TMZ, I think is a good example. Everything they post is either gossiping, putting someone down, or talking about the latest murder, suicide. It's never ending. It's never positive, but it can still be emotionally addictive. Even if you know it's bad, you can find yourself still needing that surge of adrenaline, or that surge of the stress response, and you can literally become addicted to it. So you have to break that. So that's an example. Like, news channels are very often rooted in fear and negativity. A lot of these big profiles, where they're making fun of people, just think about it. Take control of your own internal world. Put things that build you up, that raise your vibration, because you can literally be the change that you wish to see in the world. As my dad mentioned, we're kind of coming to a crossroads where we either wake up, show each other love and respect, or we keep doing things the way we've been doing them and continue on this downward spiral. But it starts with you and what inputs. When you're on social media for hours a day, like most Americans are, that's one of your biggest influences, what you're watching on there. So you need to be very selective. And then you have all the advertising, you're bombarded. Another good option is to stop going on social media as much and really get out in nature more and just become more present and more appreciative of the moment. That's something that we recommend and we talk about a lot. But if you are going to go on social media, clean it up, do your inventory, go through it, see how you feel, become aware of your emotions that come up as you go through the content. And if you are not feeling good and uplifted, unfollow the person. They're not going to know. Just do it. Anything you want to add before we sign off?
No, I think that's great advice. And just as a personal example, I find myself scrolling down my Facebook and realize, just a flash, a couple of hours have gone by. And so that's a couple of hours where my emotions are being tugged in all kinds of different directions, over which I have, no control over, as I'm mindlessly going through these things. So what I just had to do is I had to say, stop, change, stop doing this, stop scrolling down the Facebook page to see what pops up. That is just, like sacrificing yourself to the sacred cow. Don't, my opinion, don't do it.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope, and that's a game you do not want to play. Let's see what post pops up next on the news feed. The other thing too that's pretty cool about the algorithms and the way they work on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, when you start following certain content, let's say it's uplifting, you're following, people that are talking about self-improvement or spirituality, or like our channel where we're touching on various components about optimizing your mind, body, and spirit. If you start following more of those, Instagram, for example, will start recommending accounts that are similar to those. So now you can have almost a positive feedback loop where you're finding more accounts to follow that are going to bring you up. Whereas the opposite's also true if you're following TMZ and, all these things that are constantly bashing people. You're going to get recommendations and advertisements that are more of that nature. So you need to clean this up. Otherwise, you're going to be exposed regardless of whether or not you're following people through advertisements of crap that you don't want to see. So go clean that up. We'll see you on the next video.